stacked bar. Right? So pie chart, bar chart, pie plot, bar plot, and stacked bar and unstacked bar. Now, these are the things which we have covered in the last class. That is pie chart, which is used to represent the category in their percentages. Bar plot, which is used to represent their categories with their count. And stacked bar, which is used when we are having two comparison. Two things, when we want to compare two things, then we are going to use either stacked or unstacked. For comparison purpose, stacked and unstacked are there. For these, both of them are on comparison purpose between the category if you want to compare. Whereas these two are for individual. For individual column, for that we are going to apply whether we are having with respect to the pie plot or bar chart, where if you want to represent in percentage means we'll go with the pie plot. If you want to represent the count means we'll go with the bar chart. So these are the things which we have discussed in the last class. And along with that, finally, the subplots. Subplots means where it is going, we can draw the multiple plots, able to create. Subplots means nothing but able to create a multiple plots at a time. Multiple plots at a time. So where you can able to create a multiple plots at a time. For example, plot 1, plot 2, plot 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 plots you can take at a time, 3 by 3. If you go with 3 by 3, you can draw the nine plots at a time. In that 9 plots, you can take anything as per your choice. In one of them, you may draw the histogram. One of them may you take a scatter plot. One of them you may take line plot. That is your choice. So you can take as per your choice because each of them are independent to each other. Each subplot is independent to each other. There is no relation between each subplot. So now when we are going to use these subplots are used when we want to have with respect to multiple plots at a time. So these are the very that is using the matplotlib, we are using the plt dot, and we have worked on all these things. Now we are going to whether the same plots in the Tableau also same, the same plots in the Power BI also same, the same plots in the Seaborn also same. Wherever it is, plots are same. Plots are not going to change. Concept is not going to change. Only changes is syntax. It changes only the syntax. Remaining everything is same. For box plot, histogram is used to check the whether the data is skewed or not, or how the data distribution is there. Whether you draw in the Power BI, whether you draw that one in the Tableau, whether you draw in the Matplotlib, whether you draw in the Seaborn, everything are same. In the real life, mostly we'll go with the histogram. Histogram, box plot, scatter plot, pie plot, bar plot, or whatever the plots here we are having. All the plots we are going to use using the Seaborn. In the real life, most of the times we'll go with the Seaborn. But if you want to learn the Seaborn easily, first the basic parts. First, what are the different types of plots are there? In which case, which type of plot we are going to use, and what is the use of each type of plot, that we are going to see in the basic library called as Matplotlib. One should be very good at the basics. Without saying the basics, I don't know Matplotlib, but I know Seaborn means, others will not believe that because the basics should be very strong, right? That is the reason we have covered the Matplotlib. Now we are going to see the advanced visualization. Now, if you observe here, I have got the univariate analysis and bivariate analysis only. There is no multivariate analysis in the scatter plot. Sorry, there is no multivariate analysis in the entire Matplotlib. You can't do the multivariate analysis. If you want to do the multivariate analysis, the only option is subplot. Subplots you have to take, and you have to draw, for example, three columns are there, and you want to analyze x1, x2, and x3. 3 variables you want to analyze at a time. Now you are going to take the scatter plot between x1 versus x2, scatter plot between x2 versus x1. Like this, you are going to draw multiple plots within the subplots. This is the only possibility. Okay. So if you want to do any multivariate analysis, miss, you have to do with the subplots, right? Now, in this, whatever the univariate analysis, bivariate analysis, and whatever the types of these are there, the same thing we are going to do in the Seaborn. Seaborn is advanced visualization. Here in the Matplotlib, we have written the tlt.x label, tlt.y label, means to give for some name for x-axis or to give some name for the y-axis, we have written the x label, y label. Similarly, if you are having 2 or 3 different lines are there, we have to give the label name also.
Okay, this line belongs to this one, this line belongs to this one. Internal labels we have to give, and after giving internal labels, we have to use plt.legend. So the legend will show the one box. Inside that box, for each color, what is the meaning? It will explain for us. So that we have seen in the matplotlib, but in the Seaborn, automatically everything will be done. Plt.x label will automatically text, plt.y label automatically text, normal labels it will automatically text, legend also it automatically text. Everything it will automatically text, subplots also automatically text. So that is advanced visualization. Okay. So in today's class, we are going to move on to the next concept called as advanced visualization using the Seaborn. Okay. The next library name is called as Seaborn. Now, before moving to the Seaborn, let's understand few things. Okay. Any project, any particular project, data science project or data analytics project, any project, for any project in the entire IT industry, if you select any project, not only data science or not only with respect to ML or with respect to this one, if you go with the full stack project, if you go with the DevOps project, if you go with the AWS project, if you go for data engineer project, for any project, one project methodology will be there. One project methodology will be there. For every project, one project methodology will be there. Now, what is meant by project methodology? Project methodology means what are the steps involved in that project is called as project methodology. Okay. So in the interview, they'll ask you which project methodology you have applied for your data science project. And you have to say the answer is CRISP-DM methodology. The project methodology which we are going to apply is CRISP-DM. This project is exclusively for the data science. For data science, we are going to imply the project name is called as CRISP-DM. Okay. So CRISP-DM methodology for data science. Now, within this CRISP-DM, CR, small r, CRISP-DM methodology, where CR stands for cross, I stands for industry. Okay. S stands for standard. P stands for process. DM stands for data mining. Cross industry standard process for data mining means whoever are working on the data mining related projects. What is meant by data mining means understanding the data and analyzing the data is called as data mining. If you understand and analyze and dig into the data is called as data mining. So for any data mining projects, we are going to apply the CRISP-DM methodology. Data mining means that in the data mining, data science is the part, artificial intelligence is the part, machine learning is the part, ML is the part, everything are part. Wherever you understand the data mining all, basically. If you understand, oh, this is Naresh IT, how the Naresh IT works like this. Okay, here the faculty are like this or admin are like this. Something you are analyzing in your brain, you are doing data mining. Mining means understanding, digging into that, right? So you are digging into that and you are understanding, try to understand, and you are trying to analyze something from that, right? That is called as data mining. Any industry has to apply the same logic of cross-industry standard process for data mining. So for any particular project, we'll have the project methodology, and particularly data science project methodology. Data science project methodology is, whatever the data science project methodology is, CRISP-DM. Okay. So in the interview, if they ask you which project methodology you have applied, miss, you have to say CRISP-DM methodology. Okay. Data science project methodology is CRISP-DM. Data science, for every particular domain, one project methodology will be there. So tomorrow, if you are working as a digital marketer, assume, not you, miss, you, someone XYZ is working as a digital marketer. For him, one project methodology is there. Someone is working as a cloud engineer. For him, one project methodology will be there. For every project, one project methodology will be there. And if a project consists of, for example, in the real life, a project will not only consist of with respect to this data science, it includes the data engineer, it includes the DevOps, it includes the software development. If you are combining multiple project methodologies, this will be done by the data architects. In the companies, architects will be there. What is meant by architect means he will design. Okay, first this one, followed by this one, followed by this one, followed by this one, followed by this one. He will design that one. who is going to design the entire project means architects. Architects are going to design the project. They will design the step-by-step project. Means internally they don't know the code. They'll know that, okay, first this stage has to be completed. After that, this stage has to be completed. After that, this stage has to be completed. For every stage, they'll have one deadline. So how they are going to fix the deadlines and how they are going to fix everything means based on the discussion with the multiple discussions with the client. So in the client who is going to give the project, he is called as client. The person who gives the project is called as client. And the client, he will give his requirements. And based on the requirements, in the first meeting, client will discuss the requirements. Hey, I want these requirements. Based on my requirements, you have to create one software related to that or something related to this. So first he will tell his requirements. After his requirements, whatever the manager, project manager, or with respect to some seniors, those people will ask their questions. They'll get some questions. Hey, are you having this one? Are you having this one? I support is there, or we have to give that one also. Something they'll ask. Again, they'll explain. They'll ask. They'll explain. Something. Final discussion will be completed. Once the discussion is completed, they are going to make a budget. Okay, as per your requirements, this is the budget. They'll take the time, not instantly. They'll not say instantly. This is the requirement. Okay, pay 1 lakh. They'll not say like that. They'll take the time and they'll make a budget and they'll see how many people has to get into this project. They'll observe that one and they'll make a rough estimation. And once they create the budget, they'll explain this budget to the client in the one more meeting. Once a client says that, okay, I'm okay with the project, with the budget, immediately they'll start the working. Okay, so they will start the working. Now, once the working was started, means budget is already fixed, client requirements is already fixed, everything is fixed, time slot also already fixed. And we have to deliver that one in the on time. If you deliver on time and as per the client requirements, in the future, he will give one more project to us. If you say like some kind of stories, sir, I'm not feeling well, so that is the reason I have not completed the work. If you say like this, some stories to the client, he will listen. But anyways, he has already given the project. Instead of canceling the entire project and wasting of entire things, accept, but never he will give one more project to us. So for client, we can't say any stories. So for client on time, we have to submit the project. For submitting on time, for the client time on time, we have to submit the project. Means others also has to submit everything on time. That is the reason for everyone, some pressure will be there in the IT industry. Please complete the work, please complete the work like this. If you don't complete the work, it is going to impact. Okay. So from junior level to senior level, because based on you, next team is going to work. Based on the next team will work. Finally, based on that, manager will work. Based on that, finally, it has to be submitted to the client. Means multiple people are working based on your base. So they're connected to each other. If you are getting late, for example, 2 days you are late, automatically the next team also has to wait for 2 days, right? They have to sit vacantly for next 2 days. They can't do anything, right? So they have to wait for the next 2 days. Next, after that, it is going to continue. Now, once it is continuing in that way, finally, it is one day, if you are submitting lately to the client, for example, client has given you 4 months of time to submit the project. Assume, example, you have taken 4 months, 10 days. You told the client, sir, due to one of my team member, he's not able to work, and or due to this problem or due to this one, sorry for the delay. We have extended your project for 10 days. You have told. For example, the client cancels the project on the spot. Assume what happens? He has to give that project to others. Again, he has to wait 4 months. Waiting for 4 months is best, or waiting for 10 days is best. So client will think in that way. Oh, if I cancel this project, I have to wait for another company. Again, 4 months I have to wait. Instead of that, okay, anyways, these people we have trusted and we have given, let us take this one. And they will wait for next 10 days. But after these 10 days, never they will visit and never they will give once again to the same company. You guys will never complete on time. You will say some kind of stories for me. It is better to stop. They'll say like this. So for based one, due to some people, the entire company reputation will be dependent. Okay. That is the reason they'll keep some kind of pressure. Please submit on time. Right? So is that clear? Now coming to so this is the process. Now within this process, now what is the CRISPDM methodology? Now CRISPDM methodology means first one is business problem understanding. CRISP-DM, within the CRISP-DM, first step is business problem understanding. Step number 2. Okay, step number 2. Collect the data and data understanding. For doing data understanding, first you have to collect the data, right? Automatically you have to collect the data. Without collecting the data, how you can understand? Okay, first you have to collect the data. Okay, collect the data means not from the websites or not from that, in your company's database. Extract the data from your company's database. Somewhere the data will be located, you have to extract. For example, in Naresh IT, they asked me to analyze between the batches. Multiple batches are running in the Naresh IT, and please analyze something. They have given me the work. I'm going to collect the students' data. I'll ask sir to admin, sir, please share me the student data. To another admin, please share me your data. To this particular trainer, I'll call and please share me your data. Do I going to do all these things? No, some XYZ is going to do. And after collecting the data, he is going to store in the company's database. There, I'm going to get the permission. Once I get the permission, there I'm going to start the analysis in terms of, right? Collect the data from the company's database. Your work is from company's database. If it is not in the company's database, it is outside, data engineer work. That is data engineer work from outside, or web scraping or doing something and finally collecting all the data is data engineer work. If in the job description they have given that this is also you have to do, miss, they are not having that much of money to keep a separate data engineer. They want both of them in a single person, right? They're not having the money to give for data engineers to give separately for the data scientist, right? Very simple. Startup companies are there. Let us assume like this. I have started a new company. Okay. 1 week back, I have started a new company, and today I have got a project. Okay. In that project, they asked me related to data science project. Along with that, they asked me to deploy this model in the AWS. Assume this is the project. Okay. Now the AWS and furtherly in the AWS only, they want to continue everything. Okay. Now as a data scientist, I know with respect to the base part, how to design the model. After that, AWS is there. AWS is not my work, basically. That is the cloud engineer work. Now, what I'm going to do, this small work, whatever the data science work and AWS is there, both of them has to be done. So for me, 2 options are there. 1, hire data scientist separately, hire AWS person separately, 2 persons separately. Okay. 1 person salary is of 30,000, 1 person salary is of 30,000. Total 60,000 I have to pay. Assume. Instead of paying for both of them, I will directly give a notification for 45,000 who knows data science with AWS. Now from the student, from that person, they will get more salary. From my perspective, my overall amount has reduced. Both are advantages. For him, more salary he will get. Basically, he has to get 30,000 only, but now he is getting 45,000. From my perspective, basically I have to spend 60,000 for doing this work. I'm spending now 45,000 only. Now I'm going to hire in such a way who knows data science plus AWS. First, I'll give a try like that. None of them is there like that in the market. Then separately, I'll change the job description. Again, separately, I will give the job description in terms of data science and AWS separately. In the industry, this is happening, right? Based on their project requirements, what exactly they require, according to that, they'll create a job description and they'll release. That is company to company. That is the reason if you see the data science job description, one company job description will be different, another company job description will be different, another company job description will be different. Okay, if you take 20 jobs in the Naukri or in the Indeed or in the wherever, whichever the website you are interested, you collect the 10 to 20 jobs, data science jobs, and see the job description. Heading is data scientist only. Just see the job description. Okay, you'll find there is a huge difference between each of them. What is the why that much of difference is there? Because the reason behind that is companies as per their requirements, whatever their upcoming project is there, for that upcoming project they are hiring, the hiring process. Now whereas if you come to the TCS, Infosys, Wipro, for them job description will not be different. The job description will be as it is, same, because they are having the different persons to do different work. Not a data scientist, no need to learn the AWS. Data scientist work means data scientist work only. Data engineer work means data engineer work only. But MNC companies, okay, but many of the Hyderabad or Bangalore or these startup companies are there. They are giving the job description and they'll write as per their choice. Tomorrow, if I start my own company, I'll write my choice, right? In my choice, I have written data science with SAP. Miss, tomorrow you'll feel that data science or data scientist will learn SAP also. Huh? You'll fix like that. Huh? My requirement. That is my requirement. I will only create a new company. I have started a new company and I will give the job description like that. First, I'll try, is there any other person like that who has shifted their domain from SAP to data science? First priority I will give for those people, so that I want to use their experience of SAP. Now, whatever the latest data science experience, so that my budget also will be reduced. In that way, the company people will think. Instead of giving it without trying, how you can decide that no person will be shifted from SAP to data science? Whether you know whether any person was shifted or not, whether you will get a number of applicants or not. First, you give a try. Okay, and they will try to get the number of applicants, and within that applicants they will do the shortlisting and they'll do the interview process, everything. If they're not satisfied, miss, separately they will go. If they are satisfied, miss, they'll continue with the same. Is that clear? So as a data scientist, our work is collect the data from the database, company's database. Okay, whatever the company's database is there, from the company's database you are going to extract the data and you are understand the data. Understand the data means understand each feature name, means column name. Each column name clearly you have to understand. Okay, and step number 3 is data pre-processing. Data pre-processing. What is meant by pre? Pre means before. Processing. Processing means before applying the ML or before applying the artificial intelligence. Before that, whatever you have to do. Before applying that one, what you have to do. That is called as pre-processing. Within this pre-processing, we are having the multiple. First one is called as EDA. Exploratory Data Analysis. EDA. Exploratory Data Analysis. This is the first one. Followed by data cleaning. Followed by data cleaning. You have to clean the data, that is missing values, outliers, any wrong data, abnormal data, anomalies, all these things we have to clean. Next, third one is data wrangling. Data wrangling. This is also called as data transformation. Means convert the data from one format to another format. Means skewed distribution to normal distribution. Like this, whatever we are having, this we have to do here in the data wrangling stage. Okay, data cleaning followed by data wrangling. Okay, so once next, identify the important features and delete the unimportant features. Remove unimportant features. Remove all the unimportant features. Identify which are important, which are not important. And then you are going to apply the fourth step is called as modeling. Next, we are going to apply the concept called as modeling. Modeling means in which we are going to do the ML, DL, artificial intelligence, whatever we want, we are going to select as per the requirement. As per the requirement of the project. Next, fifth one is we are going to evaluate. The fifth step is called as evaluation. Means accuracy. Check the accuracy. Evaluation means you are going to check the accuracy. Check accuracy of whatever the things you have done. Check the accuracy. For example, you are predicting something. Your prediction, how much accurately you are predicting. Accuracy is important. The last one, sixth one, is called as presentation. Whatever you have done till now, from starting stage to ending stage, you have to present. This is the work of the data scientist. In a data science project, work of the data scientist role. Again, data engineer role is to collect the data. From this, again, next, after me, the next team is called as software development team. software development team or cloud team, they are going to integrate this one into the cloud. They are going to integrate this one into the website or something. After data science, software development team. After software development team, finally DevOps team. Finally DevOps. For any project, common DevOps will be there, because the DevOps team is the support team. Support team is they will do the operations. The development phase is completed. DEV completed. OPS is left out. DEV means development phase. OPS means operation phase. So now they are going to do operation, means they are going to send into the real life. Whoever the client is there for them. The client will get in between multiple doubts he'll get, multiple errors he'll get. Every time, whatever that problem he get, he will raise a ticket. I got this error. And for that error, this one. For example, I'm explaining something. Now, once my explanation is completed, later also you'll get some doubts, right? Again, you are going to send some mails. So this one, like this. Same to same, right? So multiple teams will work, out of which the data science team works this one. This is the data scientist work. Okay, is that clear, guys? So now, why I have told you all these things means from today, we are going to start the data pre-processing part. Means step 1, that is nothing but we are going to start with the EDA. Today's class is EDA. Once today's class EDA is completed, next class will be data cleaning. Once that is completed, data wrangling. Once that is completed, modeling, step by step. Okay, from now we are going to start everything. With this yesterday's class, all the fundamentals and basics and everything were completed. Now actual data science work will start. Just a minute. Okay, just I have taken the screenshot and I will upload the same thing in the drive. Okay, or if you want to take the photo also, you can take, for me, no problem. One of the most important one. So we are going to do all the 6 steps. For any project, we have to implement all the 6 steps. So like this, from starting to ending, what are the 6 steps are there? Like this 6 steps, we have to do 20 projects. In the next 2 months, we are going to do 20 projects by implementing all the 6 steps. Every step will be included in every project. Like that, we are going to cover the 20 projects we are going to cover. And based on that experience of 20 projects, you are going to create your own 2 projects, and that 2 projects you are going to keep in the resume. Whatever these 20 projects in next 2 months we are going to learn, that is your experience. Okay, in the real life as a data scientist, whatever the experience we are having, that every stage we are going to get different types of errors or different types of problems. That everything we are going to discuss here. Next 20 projects we are going to see. In one project, we are not going to cover everything. In one project, we'll see one type of problem. In one project, we'll see one type of problem. In one project, we'll see one type of problem. If you see every problem in one data set only, you'll get frustrated on the data science only. Right? Is that clear? Let's get into this. So now, in today's class, we are going to work on the data set called as tips data set, which we already used for the earlier descriptive statistics purpose. Now I'm going to work on the EDA purpose, tips data set. So I'm going to import the pandas and tips.csv. Now here in the tips.csv, first, what is the business problem? Step number 1, business problem. What is the business problem? Business problem is analyze the data. That is the simple. Business problem is do the descriptive analytics on the given data set. Apply the descriptive analytics on the given data set. Now, what is meant by descriptive analytics means analyze the given data. Descriptive means describe the data. Descriptive analytics means describe the data. Okay. So now we are going to work on the descriptive analytics as a data analyst. This is the work of the data analyst. Data analyst work is descriptive analytics. We are going to do that now. Descriptive analytics. For this data set, I'm working as a data analyst. If I'm a data analyst, how I will analyze the data? Right? This is the project number 1. First project as a data analyst. And you have to select one more data set and you have to apply that logic on that particular data set. What are the things you have observed? Write every point. Minute things also write every point in your notes. And first you observe that whatever the minute data, whatever the minute things you have observed also, every observation write in the notes. Every observation. whether it is a minute or whether it is a big one or small one, don't worry, write everything in the notes. Okay. Now within this, whatever you have written in the notes, identify which are important and those only present to the seniors. Which are not important, delete them later. Later you delete. Identify which are important. You can't say every mind. For example, if I ask you to explain one movie if I ask you to explain, can you explain this movie from starting to ending, miss? Are you going to explain every dialogue to dialogue? No, right? You'll take the important scenes and directly you'll explain the entire movie. The entire movie was 2.5 hours movie, but are you going to explain for 2.5 hours? Just in 2 minutes, you are going to conclude. Same thing, whatever the analysis you have done, everything you have to conclude in the 2 minutes. Which are the important points? Identify that and present them. Miss, entire your project work abstract. We know that in the BTech, we have done the project work, and for that project work, the print page will be with respect to abstract, right? The same way. BTech or BSc or whatever it is, right? The abstract page, we require only the abstract page. So abstract is important. Abstract says the entire project. Still, we are not going to see that project work. Huh? Extract is say that entire work. Whatever we are having the abstract, it is whatever you are having your entire project. Your entire project will be represented here. Miss, are we going to check only abstract? We'll not check the project. We'll see the project also. But before seeing that project internally, first we'll understand about the project. Oh, what you have done? What are the things you have done? How you have done? A basic idea you'll get initially. Based on that basic idea, we'll understand the remaining project work. Similarly, here also same. Now, once you complete the analysis, you are going to say the important points you are going to present. And now they'll ask us to show everything one by one. Right? Now, this is the data set. In this data set, I'm having the column names called as total bill. Now, first understand what is meant by total bill. So this is a data set which was collected in the US restaurant. Okay, there is a waiter and the waiter has collected this particular waiter collected. Okay, waiter collected the data. Waiter collected the data in a US restaurant. Just he has collected the data. For what purpose he has collected the data, that is secondary. The waiter has collected the data in the US restaurant. This is the data. Out of which, where I'm having with respect to the total bill and the tip amount given to that particular waiter, and who is the person, which either female or male, who has paid that bill, particular bill, and whether they are smoker or non-smoker, and based on the day and dinner or lunch or whatever it is, and the size, total number of visited. So the same thing. First, you have to understand each column, total bill at the restaurant, tip given to the waiter. Next, what is meant by gender? Gender means gender of the person who has paid the bill. So here, 2 members has visited, one male and one female might be, or 2 of them might be females. Who knows? We don't know. But who has paid that bill means female has paid the bill. That is clear, right? He has collected the data in that way, and we have to also analyze in that way only, right? The smoker, whether the person is a smoker or a non-smoker. Day means which day they came to the restaurant. They visited the restaurant. Time means which time they came to the restaurant. Means on what time, whether it is a afternoon dinner time or lunch time or snacks time or breakfast time, whatever it is, right? Now, size means total number of members visited to the restaurant. This is the data understanding. Understand the each and every column name very clearly. Okay, if you don't know, here I have taken a simple data set, you'll understand easily. For example, in the real life, if you don't know any one of the column name, you're not able to understand. We are having 2 options. If you don't understand the column, we are having 2 options. 2 options to understand the future, to understand data. Okay, we are having 2 options to understand the data. Okay, that is nothing but data means in terms of future. What are the future? First option is check in the Google. Google means not one website or 2 websites. Till you understand, you check in the multiple. Now, ChatGPT. Advantage now is ChatGPT. Use the ChatGPT. It will directly give the answer only. Okay. In some scenarios, it may not give also. Right? Either use the Google or ChatGPT and learn yourself. Option number 1. Option number 2. For example, let us assume I have got in our company, we have got a project called as related to biotechnology. Dr. Reddy's is the client. Dr. Reddy's is the client, and we have got some related to pharma or bio related project, biotechnology project. And whatever the project we have got, first the project manager is going to discuss with the team, right? Team is not internal junior level, only to the senior level. Team leaders or HRs or whatever the team higher people are there, they are going to discuss. They'll say that, hey, today morning we have got a one of the client, he's Dr. Reddy's, and he wants to work on the biotechnology related to data science project. It seems is in our team. Is there any persons who can who is capable of doing that? They'll identify. First, they'll see the team leaders. Hey, team leaders profile. Already team leaders profile, HR knows, right? They already hired them. So they know each and every person profile. HR knows each and every person profile. What is their educational background? What is the previous work experience they are having, and which type of company they have worked? Every minute thing the HR knows. Okay. Now HR will give the initial impression. Yeah, I think earlier SRK has worked on the biotechnology project. He's having some idea. I think so. Please confirm with him. The HR will say like this. Now immediately my team leader or those people, they'll ask, hey, SRK, are you having any idea? Yes, I'm having. Then simply, okay. If in entire team, none of them is having the idea, none of them has worked on the biotechnology project, then what they are going to do is they are going to hire one person. The person is called as domain consultant. He is called as domain consultant. The designation is called as domain consultant. What is meant by domain consultant means he will be very good on the subject. He will clear the doubts. What are the doubts the entire team is getting? He will clear the doubts with the technical doubts. Okay. So he will explain that, okay, this is the scenario. This is the one. Okay. Like this, he will explain everything. For example, for this data set only, he has to explain restaurant will be there. Restaurant means where they'll serve the breakfast, dinner and lunch, all these things they'll serve. And generally people will visit to the restaurant and they'll pay the money and they'll take that one and they'll eat and they'll go. He'll explain like this example. Okay. So like this, he'll explain. For example, let us take like this. One of the example, WC and AT is the column names. Okay. In the biotechnology project, I have got with respect to WC and AT. WC means waist circumference. The full form of WC means waist circumference. AT means adipose tissue. Anyone knows here what is meant by waist circumference and what is meant by adipose tissue? Anyone knows, miss? Raise your hand, please. In this entire class, anyone knows? No, right? Then what we have to do? Open the Google. In the Google, just we'll type the waist circumference. Not able to understand. We'll try another website. Not able to understand. We'll open the YouTube. Someone will explain about maybe in our language. Not able to understand. Everything we have tried. We have spent almost 1 to 1.5 hours. Nothing we are able to understand. Same thing we are going to intimate to our team leader. Just I have given a try, but sorry, I'm not able to get 100% idea. I'm getting 50-50 or something like this. I'm not able to get the 100% idea. Can you please guide me? We are going to, then the team leader is going to explain. If he also don't know that one, assume. He will also say, SRK, wait for some time. I will get back to you by evening. And in meanwhile, he will also open the same Google one. For everyone, the same thing. But what are the pages I have opened and what are the pages he'll open, it will be different, might be same, or he might have some basic knowledge. So he may understand. I am not able to understand, but he may understand, right? He's intelligent than me. That is the reason he is in the team leader position. Right? If both are same, then why he'll be in the team leader position? Team leader means he is having some experience. Some experience is there, something is there, and he is having talent. That is the reason he is in that position. So he may understand and he may explain. Right? Adipose issue, what is meant by waist circumference, all these things we are going to understand, and then we'll proceed according to that. Right? So example, I'm saying an example. Okay, in the future, whatever the 20 projects I'm going to do, I'll explain everything. In one of the project, you don't know even one of them also. There I'll explain everything, how to check in the Google also. How to type in the Google each future name, how to check also, I'll show you. Okay, detail I will show you. Okay, this is the basic step. Okay, generally in the companies, if we are working on entirely new data, completely unknown domain, never we have worked on that particular domain, then we'll take a support of domain consultant. Generally, we'll hire a person called as domain consultant. Okay. For example, if you want to work on the rockets, anyone knows what is meant by specific impulse? The technical word called as specific impulse. Anyone knows? No. Anyone knows what is meant by with respect to propellant consumption? No. What is meant by propellant? Nothing. Nothing we know, right? Now, first they'll check the domain consultant is there. In our team, is there any who is very specialized in the rockets? They'll identify, okay, SRK has done his master's program in the rockets and missiles. So he can do with respect to a project related to rockets. Then based on that, then they'll convert me as a domain consultant. They'll utilize me as a domain consultant at the same time as a data scientist. And they'll ask me to guide to others also. Right? My master's is in rockets only. Reality is that one only. Right? Now, here we are having with respect to like this, one by one. Is that clear, guys? Once we understand the data, now data set understanding. Okay, this data set consists of 244 records and 7 columns. And info is, these are the total column names and data types, each data type. Okay, total bill. Generally, what will be the total bill in terms of money, which is of float? Okay, correct. And tip, that one also will be in the float. Correct data type. Gender will be either in terms of male or female. Generally, it will be there. So it should be an object because categorical data. Okay, this is also correct. Smoker, object, it should be in the object format. Yes, this is also correct. Day, it should be in the object format. Whether it is a dinner or whether it is a, sorry, day means Sunday, Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, like this. That's also categorical variable object. Time, whether it is a lunch or dinner, it is an object. Okay, done. Size, which is a int data type, means size will be either 2 members or 3 members or 4 members or 1 member. Size, okay, this is also int. Everything are in the correct format. If anything is in the wrong format, for example, here, for example, tip is there. Tip is in the object. In the tip column, 1.01, $1.01 is the tip. $2.05 is the tip, $2.5, and 3.01. One of them is having string of 0.9. One of them is, instead of writing float, they have entered the string. Now, since one of them is string, now overall I will get the object as the output. Then, okay, if here there is a wrong data type, if anything wrong data type was mentioned, immediately I have to do the cleaning. I have to identify what is the mistake was there in that. And from that, I have to do the cleaning. How I have to do that one, that we'll see in the cleaning process. During the data cleaning, I'll explain you how to identify the wrong data types and how to convert from wrong data type to correct data type. That we'll see in the cleaning process, during the cleaning process, right? Now, here columns, whatever the columns are there, column names, all the column names are in the proper. You don't need to rename. If any column name is in the not in the proper, for example, total bill is there, total bill, you are having in between space. As per the name, it should not have the space in between them. Space is not accepted. Only underscore is accepted, but space is there. Then what you are going to do? You are going to modify. You are going to rename the column. So how to rename the column is just by using the df.rename, and you have to write the previous column name and the new column name. And axis is equal to 1. Axis is equal to 1 in pandas. It is nothing but column wise. So it is going to take column and it is getting renamed. So the total bill will be renamed as TB. Tips will be renamed as the tip, right? Now, tips, whatever the tips amount is there, the tips will be replaced with the tip. Okay, instead of this. Okay. Now, why, sir, already total bill is in the correct format only now. Why you are showing TB again? Example I'm showing. You don't need to modify total bill. If you want to modify, what is the code you have to write? I'm showing df.rename and modify the column names accordingly. Right? Next, once you have done that one, now first you have to identify what are the continuous variables and make the list of continuous variables. Separate them. Which are continuous variables? Separate them. List. For this continuous variable, you are going to do the continuous variable analysis. Histogram, box plot, scatter plot, all these things you are going to apply only for these variables. You are not going to apply the histogram for the gender column. You are not going to apply the histogram for the smoker column. So first you identify which are the continuous variables, separate them. Take the list of continuous variables and take the list of discrete categorical, which are is in the categorical variables, means which are in the text format, separate them. Which are discrete count, separate them. These are called as discrete count. Discrete only, each category only, but count will be there. Their count. So separate the discrete count variables. Like this, you are going to separate each of them. Now, once they are separated, now we'll start the analysis. Univariate, bivariate, multivariate. EDA, now we'll start the EDA. Okay, this is up to here. It is called as data understanding. If the column names are not proper, you have to rename the column names and everything has to be rectified minimum. And now you'll start the EDA. Now let's start the EDA. Next step is called as EDA. Data understanding is completed. Means what is meant by data understanding? Understand each and every column name properly. Understand with respect to column names and followed by data set. In the data set, every column name is properly given and every data type is properly given. Everything is proper or not. Understand your data set. Data understanding and data set understanding. Two things you have to do. Data understanding means understanding the futures, future names, and also along with your data set. How many rows are there? How many columns are there? How many of them are continuous variables? Now in this data, how many of them are continuous variables? 2 of them are continuous. How many discrete categorical are there? 4 are discrete categorical. How many discrete count are there? 1. So like this, understand your data set. This data set consists of like that. Every data set will not be like this, right? In this data set, I'm having 2 continuous variable, 4 discrete categorical, and 1 is discrete count. You are separating each of them. Each of them you are going to separate and you are understanding your data set very clearly. Now we are going to move on to the this. So earlier we have worked on the NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib. Now we are going to import the Seaborn. The next library is called as Seaborn. Now whenever you get a module not found error, means that particular library was not installed. By default, in your case, it will be installed. In my case, I have told you, right? Recently, I got some problem in the Anaconda. That is the reason. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install. In any library you can install like this. Pip install Seaborn. Just pip install like the library name. To install any library, just we have to write pip install library name. That's it. Very simple in the Python. So it will be collected. Collected means first it will be downloaded from the website. And later it will be installed. Is that clear? Now, once this is done, now if you can execute, it will work. Done. So pip install Seaborn. You are going to pip install the Seaborn. I'm going to keep in the here. I'm going to write here pip install Seaborn. If it is not available, Pandas, NumPy, everything same. Pip install NumPy, pip install Pandas, pip install Matplotlib. Everything is same. Right? Any library you can install in this way. Install a library. Installing a library or module. If you want to install a library or a particular module, you're going to work in this way. Just pip install and write the library name. Now, I'm going to work on the tips data set where I'm having total 244 records. In that gender column, if I select the gender column, for the gender column, what are the unique values? Means the unique values are male and female. For example, here instead of male and female, if one of the variable is dot is there, means they have not they have wrongly entered. Dot is there. Next, you have to identify there is a mistake. Right in the notes, there is a mistake. There is a mistake in the gender column. One of the value is dot. You have to write that one. What are the observation you have done? Write that one. Then you will do in the data cleaning. In the data cleaning stage, we'll see all our points and according to that, we'll do the data cleaning. Whichever the worst data is there, wherever the mistakes are there, every mistake we are going to rectify in the data cleaning process. Right? Example. So here I'm having female and male. Similarly, I'm going to open the next one called as value counts of this particular discrete variable. So 157 records of male are there, 87 records of female are there. Total 244 records, out of which male are 157 and females are 87. Okay, means from this what we are going to conclude, more number of people who will pay the bill are males when compared to females. We are going to write that point. Whether it is an important point or silly point, that we'll decide later. Whatever we have observed, we'll write that one. Later, if you are feeling that it is a silly point, remove that. If you feel that it is a point which we are getting laugh or something, remove. If you don't feel that it is important, means remove. Right? So many of the people who will pay the bill, generally most of the people who pay the bill means males will pay the bill when compared to the females. Now coming to the next one is smoker. How many people are no smokers? Miss who is not having any smoking habit is 151. 93 people are having the smoking habit. And now if you apply this later, what is the second one? Okay, gender completed, smoker is completed. Now day. What are the different types of days are there? Let us take the day. That is df of day dot value counts. For every discrete variable, we have to apply the value counts. So Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, not there. In our data set, those three are not there. Only Saturday is there, Sunday is there, Thursday is there, and Friday is there. Maybe this restaurant might be only 4 days it work, or that particular waiter will work only 4 days. We don't know. But this data set consists of only 4 days. That is Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, and Friday. And next, what is the next categorical variable? Time. Time dot value counts. This one also next variable, value counts. df of time. Okay, again you are having in this two categories. One is lunch and one is dinner. This particular restaurant offering only lunch and dinner. And next, last one, df of size. df of size column. Okay, size is also discrete variable. For discrete variable, we can apply the value counts. Value underscore counts. And you are going to get with respect to total of 6 different size people has visited the restaurant. One is with respect to size of 1. Total 4 records are with size of 1. Who has singly came for this restaurant is only 4. Okay. And double 2 people 156, and 3 people 38, 4 people 37, 5 and 6 4 records are there. Total 244 records. Out of 244 records, how many records, how many times 6 number of people has visited this restaurant means 4, only 4. Okay. Now next, we are going to check with respect to info. Already we have completed the info, and already we have completed the continuous and discrete. Now describe function. If you apply the describe, by default it will include all the numerical values. What are the numerical values I am having here? One is continuous variable, and along with that discrete count also numerical. By default, it is going to apply the discrete count variable also, minimum value, maximum value, and 50 percentile. All these things is applying. By default, it will apply to the discrete count also, but it is a wrong one. We should not apply. For discrete count, we should not apply the concept of standard deviation. We should miss, for example, mean of 2.56 means average 2.56 people will come to that particular restaurant. What is meant by 2.56 people? Right? So that is a wrong. So we can't do this type of analysis. Never we should apply that type of analysis. Miss, then what we have to apply? Only for the continuous variable we have to apply. Then what we have to do? df of continuous. You have to take continuous variable. Only the continuous variables you have to take. And for the continuous variable, you have to apply the describe function. Describe function should be applied only on the continuous variable. So now continuous variable already you have separated total bill and tip, right? Now the same thing will be considered here, and it is going to work. Oh, already next one is that one only. Yeah? So it is going to work in that way. And you are going to get only the total bill versus tip, the minimum value, standard deviation, and 25 percentile, mean value, 50 percentile, 75, and maximum. Everything you are going to get. And from this, you are going to analyze the tip standard deviation is very low. The data is almost close to the average value. Tips is almost close to the average value with a low standard deviation of just 1.38 is the difference, right? Whereas bill wise, $8.9 is the deviation from the mean. Either that side 8.9 or this side 8.9 we are having. So deviation is in the total bill is high, but in the tips is very low. Low deviation in the tips. Next, df dot describe include is equal to object. Means now if you want to apply on the object means discrete categorical data. You want to include that one also. So you are going to write with respect to where discrete categorical count 244, unique categories are 2, top one is male. Already we have seen. Already we have completed that only 2 categories are there, and out of that top one is male. We already know. And that too 157 is the male records. The same thing we are seeing here in the describe also. Same top is male and 157. In the smoker, 2 categories are there. What are the 2 categories? One is yes and one is no. And top one is no. How many no's are there? 151. The same mode. It is showing the mode here. In this case, it is showing the mode. right? Similarly, day, within the day, what are the different types of days we are having? How many categories are days are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 different categories are there. Out of which, what is the top one? Saturday. What is the maximum value? 87 records. So the same thing you are saying here. 244, 4 unique categories, out of which top one is Saturday, and most repeated is 87. Saturday is repeated for 87 times. Similarly, time 2, that is lunch and dinner, out of which most repeated is dinner. Means during this particular restaurant, dinner time they'll come. More number of people will come for dinner than for lunch. And you are having with 176 records with dinner. Now, if you want to include both of them, that one you want to include, that is describe of continuous variable you want to include, and categorical variable also include. Include is equal to all. Now, everything will be included. For categorical variable, this will not be applied. For discrete variable, this will not be applied. Generally, will not go with this one. Generally, we'll go with these two. Continuous variable and object. Is that clear? Now, and you are going to check, is there any missing values? Missing values means in my data set, there is no missing values. Now, let's start the plotting. For continuous variable, we are going to do the univariate analysis, that is single variable histogram. Now, I am going to explain the histogram. I'll show you only the syntax. I'll not explain what is histogram and how to all these things. What is the use of histogram? These things I'll not explain. Already completed. So directly we'll see the syntax only. Histogram followed by box plot. For bivariate analysis, scatter plot, line plot, joint plot, and volume plot. These two things we have completed in the matplotlib. Now, additionally in the Seaborn, we are having the joint plot and volume plot. For multivariate analysis, we are having the pair plot and heat map. Okay, how this pair plot and heat map will come, that we'll see. Okay, one by one. Let us do all this one by one. First, univariate analysis, followed by bivariate analysis, followed by multivariate analysis. All of them should be applied only for continuous variable. None of them should be applied on the discrete variable. Only continuous variable. So what are the list of continuous variable are there? For that only these concepts has to be applied. Right? So first, I'll start with the histogram. sns.histplot. sns.histplot. And for total bill, df of total bill, KDE is equal to true. Okay, instead of writing all these things. Okay, this is the histogram. For total bill, this is the histogram. Now, in this histogram, you can observe many of the people are between 10 to 20. The maximum number of people are between 10 to 20. Okay, whoever are visiting this particular restaurant, their maximum bill lies between 10 to 20. Most number of people will like. That we are going to understand, and we'll write that point. What are the observation we have done? Okay, this particular restaurant, maximum bill is $10 to $20. In between this, maximum more number of people. Most repeated number of customers are between $10 to $20. Okay, and after that, here, if I want to see whether it is a right skewed or left skewed, now I am going to write KDE is equal to true. KDE means nothing but kernel density estimation. K means kernel, D means density, E means estimation. Kernel density estimation. Okay, density means nothing but total value. You already know that what is meant by density. I already have told you. Density or probability, everything are same. Now, once I write like this, I'm going to get a curve. Now, you can say by seeing the curve, whether it is a right skewed or left skewed. But which type of skewed? It is a right skewed. Simple. That is the advantage of KD. This KD option is not available in the matplotlib. Matplotlib, it will only show the histogram, but it will not show with respect to the KD. So it is a right skewed. Next, we are having in terms of next one called as bins. If you want to select the number of bins, is equal to 10. Now what happens? You are getting the total bins is equal to 10 only. Instead of by default, here the number of bins are 20. In the Seaborn, the number of bins is equal to 20. If you want to bring to the number of bins of 10, you have to write bins is equal to 10. You know already how to calculate the bin width. That is maximum value minus minimum divided by total number of bins. So it is going to divide by 10. The maximum value divided by minimum value divided by 10. It is going to calculate. Right? Now this is the total bill. Can you see the X label? They are given the X label? No, automatically it has taken. Which one it has taken? Whatever the column name is there, the column name will automatically comes as the X label. The column name will automatically comes as the X label for the histogram. Inside the column name, if I am having total bill or TB is there, TB will come as the like that. And Y label count. Automatically it has taken. I have not written the plt.x label, plt.y label, nothing I have written. Automatically it has given. That is the advantage in the CBER. And KDE, this KDE option you can see in the CBER. This is one more advantage. And if you observe this one, this is the frequency distribution. Now I want continuous probability distribution. Probability distribution I want. Now what you are going to do? Stats is equal to probability. You have to write stat is equal to probability. Now it will calculate the probability values. Earlier example, whatever the earlier example is there, let us copy this one. I'm not writing the stat. This word is not there. Let us remove this one. This is called as okay. This is called as frequency distribution. This part is called as frequency distribution. Frequency distribution. Now this one, whatever you are going to get now, this is called as probability distribution. This is called as probability distribution. One is frequency distribution, one is probability distribution. Probability distribution of how to calculate already I have explained, right? So this is the probability distribution. This is the frequency distribution and this is the probability distribution. Next, you can write even the KDE plot. Either you can go with the hist plot or you can go with the KDE plot. And if you write like this, KDE, you can't see the histogram. Directly you'll see the curve only. Without seeing that one, directly you'll see the curve only. If your requirement is only curve, means go with the KDE. Along with the bars also you want to see, and most of the data lies in which position you want to see, means go with the histogram. No, sir, I want to check whether it is a right skewed or left skewed only, no need of that one, means go with the KDE. So KDE plot gives only directly the curve. And the fill is equal to true means it will fill the values. If you don't write this one, it will not fill that one. In between, it will not fill. It will not shade. If whenever you have written the fill is equal to true, it will fill that one. By writing this one, it will fill. Is that clear? This is called as KDE plot. And next one, we are having with respect to this. Okay, this is using. So here, I am having with respect to both of them. It is combined. It is waste of that. No need of this one. Let us move on to the total bill. So you can see in the total bill, the skewness, which is equal to 1.13. So automatically, this one also says that it is a right skewed. This one also says it is a right skewed. And we have observed that many of the people are between 10 to 20. More number of people, their bill size is between 10 to 20. Right? Now, next one is called as box plot. The next one is called as box plot. Now, what is meant by box plot? Box plot means SNS dot box plot x is equal to df of tip. Okay. Now, if you write like this, df of tip, now it is going to take the box plot. X is equal to means you are going to get a horizontal box plot. If you don't write this one, x is equal to, it will take in this way. Whatever in the matplotlib is there, it will take in this way. In the matplotlib also, we have got the same box plot like this, right? So if you want to change the position from instead of considering the values on the x-axis, if you want to consider the values on the x, then you are going to convert like this, x is equal to. Then what is the use of box plot means? It is used to identify the outliers. So you are going to write the point. Observation is there few outliers are available in the tip column. In the tip column, there are few outliers are available. You have to write the point. And we are going to clean accordingly. Right? Now, next one is scatter plot. Scatter plot, I'm going to take between the total bill versus tip amount. On x-axis, I want the total bill. On y-axis, I want the tip amount. I'm going to take the scatter plot. So this is the scatter plot. From the scatter plot, I have observed that as the bill amount increases, tip also increases. Sir, bill amount increases, tip increases. Everyone knows now. Everyone knows, right? That as the bill is more, means waiter also will expect more amount. Obviously, everyone knows. But here, my data set, what are the analysis I have observed, I am writing. This might be for you easy because we have cited a simple data set. For unknown data set, what is the relation? You don't know, right? In that case, what is the relation between WC versus AT? Tip versus bill, you know, because as the tip bill increases, tip increases. You know this one, very simple. Because in your childhood onwards, you are going for multiple restaurants and you have paid for the waiters the money. That you know, everyone. Now coming to the WC and AT, what is the relation between WC and AT? Waist circumference versus adipose issue. You don't know, right? That you have to analyze. This is not doing for the known data. We are doing for the unknown data. Just I am taking a simple example. So here In this case, the total bill versus tip amount. So from the scatter plot, I'm identifying as X increases, Y increases, that is total bill increases, tip also increases. So this is called as scatter plot, SNS dot scatter plot. What you want to take on X-axis, what you want on the Y-axis. X-axis, I want the total bill. Y-axis, I want the tip amount. If you write X-axis is equal to tip amount, Y is equal to total bill, means it will take on the X-axis values total tip amount, Y-axis value as the total bill amount accordingly, right? Next one is called as rel plot. Next one is called as rel plot. Now rel plot is also same to same. There is no difference between this one and this one. This is also rel plot. Okay, rel plot means a relative plot. The meaning of rel plot is relative plot. Okay, it is going to identify the relation. Relative means relation between X and Y. It will identify the relation between X and Y. And you are going to get a plot like this, right? Now, what is the difference between this one and this one, sir? There is no difference. Now, if there is no difference, can I use anyone? Yes, as per your choice, you can select. Okay, in this case, you can select as per your choice. Now you'll see the next difference you'll see in the next one. Next code, you'll see the difference. Now here, I'm going to take SNS dot rel plot X is equal to total bill. I have written X is equal to earlier DF of total bill. Now I'm just writing total bill only. And Y is equal to DF of tip I have written clearly, but this time I'm writing only tip and data is equal to DF. You have to write clearly the data is equal to DF. Either you have to write DF of total bill or separately you have to write data is equal to DF, right? In two options we are having, either that one or this one. Sir, why we have to write data is equal to DF? Obviously it is DF only now. Obviously it is DF only now. Why separately we have to write the DF? Okay, let us assume there is a case like this. In your Jupyter notebook, you have created DF1. DF1 is one data frame where by the waiter one has collected that one. In the total bill is there, tip is there, gender is there, same thing. Now DF2, the same Jupyter notebook. In the same Jupyter notebook, this is waiter number 2, second waiter. He has collected his data. Again, you are having total bill. Again, you are having the tip. Again, you are having with respect to same columns. Now, waiter 3, DF3, you have loaded in the DF3, pd.read underscore CSV, and you have loaded in the DF3. This is the third waiter data. DF4, this is the fourth waiter data. You are having like this. Now, you are drawing the rel plot between X is equal to total bill versus Y is equal to tip for which one? In all of them, total bill is there. In all of them, tip is there. Which one? For which data frame? If you loaded the multiple data frames, in that case, this particular data is equal to DF is important. If you write data is equal to DF1 means, for example, you have written that DF1 is data is equal to DF1. Okay, in this scenario, you have written DF1. First, it will take that for within the DF1. First, waiter 1, it will collect the data, and it will make a plot. If you have written DF2, it will go with this data. Like that, it is going to select. When you are having the multiple data frames, this word is important. Now, if you don't write this one, directly you have written clearly DF1 of total bill. Automatically, it will open the DF1 only, right? No question of that. No confusion of DF2, DF3, nothing. Directly, it will open the directly DF1. As per your choice, you can write either like this or like this. Both will give the same answer. Both will give the same answer, whether you are selecting this one or whether you are selecting this one. Now, DF in this particular total bill versus tips, in this, now tell me, here I'm observing the total bill as one person has paid a total bill of more than $50, and he has paid a bill, tip only $10. Whether this person is a male or female. In this, male is there, female is there. Whether the person is a smoker or a non-smoker, everything is included, right? In this, everything is included. But I want to separate based on the gender. I want to identify who has paid this maximum bill, whether males are paying the maximum tip or females are paying the maximum tip. Just I want to check that one. So I'm going to take hue is equal to gender. Hue means separate the data. So now what happens? Now it is going to select the male data, female data, and now you can see here. So now whichever the blue color data points are there, those are female. Whichever the male data points are there, those are male. Now from this, can you confirm me who has paid this bill? Tip amount $10. Who has given? Male. So Maximum tip amount. Who are paying the maximum tip amount? They are males. Males are paying more tip amount when compared to the females. Just that is one of the observation. Okay, what are the observation you have observed? Just write that one. Whether it is important or not, if you feel that is not important, later you delete. But every observation you write. Okay, you have see here in this case. In this case, we can't observe anything. There is nothing special. But here, if you draw a line like this, you can observe that more amount of tip amount is paid by the this particular males. Now, if you draw with respect to total bill, I'm drawing a line with the total bill. Okay, maximum amount. Maximum amount means again the more number of people are male people are making the maximum amount of the bill. Means in this particular restaurant, males domination is there. Now, what we are this after the data analyst has observed the analysis and he has represented the same thing to the manager, that hotel manager or restaurant manager. Now, restaurant manager will get a doubt. Hey, in this hotel, everyone are males only paying the maximum tip and males only making the bill. Okay, let us make some offer. Whoever the females pay the bill, for them additional 5% discount. They will create that one in order to attract now the females also. In order to make the more business. Already males are coming. They are already having the business. Now they want to attract the females. Now they'll give the additional discount for the females. Whoever the females pays the bill amount, for them additional 5%. Now, as everyone knows, sir, male and female both will come. This female will take the money from the male and they'll pay. Actually, male only paying the bill, but female will give officially to the that one cash in the cash counter or to the waiter. They will give that officially. That might be, may not be. But what are the observation we are doing? That one only. See here also, this person, male person has paid the bill tip amount of $10. Maybe female only has given to the male. Hey, please, you pay. This is the money. Take the money and you pay. Who knows? Right? So what are the observations we are observing? From that observations, we are going to draw some conclusions. And based on the conclusions, we are going to develop the product. Develop the things means in terms of to enhance the business, how to increase the business. That is one of the idea. That is not only the idea, one of the idea. Like that, we are going to write all the points now. By concluding all the points, finally we'll come with the one solution only. Finally, we'll come with one. We can't give for every, if you come with 2 kids means you'll this offer, 3 kids means with this offer, 10 people if you come with this offer. We can't create like that. So after doing everything analysis, finally we'll come with this solution. Now, sir, what is this in the real life? Can you explain in a real life example? Instead of explaining this tip amount or bill amount, all these stupid things, instead of explaining this a real life example, if someone asks me like this, if you know barbecue in the Hyderabad or in the some cities, barbecue restaurant, where we are having with respect to unlimited buffet, both veg and non-veg. And that barbecue restaurant, Monday, the price will be different. Tuesday, the price will be different. And Wednesday, the price will be different. Sunday, the price will be different. And dinner time, the price will be different. Dinner time, the price will be different. Lunch and dinner, the prices are different. Okay. If you go with Tuesday lunchtime, if you go Tuesday lunchtime, you will get at $3.99 only. And if you go Sunday dinner time, you will get at $5.99. I'm writing about the veg prices. I don't know about non-veg. I'm saying about veg. Okay. Non-veg prices, you have to know if you eat meat, right? So this is the price. Okay. In the particular barbecue restaurant. Now they are changing the price. Why they are changing the price? Because on Tuesday, less number of people are coming. They have observed that one and they want to increase their business. To increase their business, they have given some kind of additional discount. At the same time, how much amount they have to give the as a discount? I can suggest for them $199, give for $199. That is going to be a loss. So they also will check to how much extent maximum discount we can provide without making a loss. Okay. And with what type of things? So just as the data analyst, what they have observed is on Tuesday, we are going to get less number of people for barbecue. On Sunday, dinner time, more number of people we are going to get. The observation they have made from the data. And from this, they want to improve their business. On Tuesdays also, they want to improve their business. What they have to do? On Tuesday, they have to improve their business means what they have to do. They're having different options. Out of option number 1 is giving some additional discount on Tuesday is one of the option. Option number 2, if you make some parties or if more number of people are visiting, then they'll give a huge discount on that comparatively and compared to normally 10 or 20 people are visiting and they are doing any kind of party on Tuesday means they'll give more discount. Now, which they have analyzed after analyzing the data. They came with this solution with after analyzing the data. This is the real life example. What are we are working as of now? The real life example is barbecue only. Not only in the barbecue, take any other restaurant. One restaurant owner is there. His sales are very low on the weekdays. His sales are very high on the weekends. Okay. So general person, without analyzing the data also, general person will say that, sir, on the weekdays, your sales are very low now. Give some kind of offers. To whom they have to give, in which time they have to give. So to whom they have to give, to which category type of people they have to give, and on which day they have to give, or with respect to which type of discounts they have to create. All these things they'll analyze after analyzing the data only. They'll come with a solution after analyzing the data only. Without analyzing the data, generalization is different. After analyzing the data, precise decision is different. Okay. Generalization, I will also give that on the weekdays, you give some kind of offer, sir, so that your restaurant will have something benefit. Something I can say. Generally, it is general now. For that, no need of a data analyst also. A normal human being also can give the suggestion. But which type of offer to which type of persons? For example, for your restaurant, if any 5 members are visiting, 5 or more than 5, for those people only, we'll give the some kind of additional discount. So now what happens? Till any 3 or 4 are there, they'll carry one more person also. They'll take one more person also. Anyways, we are going to get a discount now. Or otherwise, though they are not interested also, they'll make a parcel of that 5th one for making additional discount. If in the India, we know, right? If they give additional discount, though we are not required also, will purchase. Many people knows that one. In the DMart, every day we are seeing, right? Though we don't require also, by seeing that discount word, okay, let us try. That is common. That is psychological. So that they are going to encash for their business. Right? Is that clear? So this next one is rel plot. Whatever the rel plot is there, rel plot means scatter plot. In the scatter plot, we are going to separate the data by using the hue. Hue means in terms of separate the data. Now, instead of rel plot, here, if I write the scatter plot, let us take here scatter plot. If I write the scatter plot, you are having everything inside this particular legend is inside. Whatever the legend is there, that legend is inside. You can see here X label, Y label automatically has taken, and legend also automatically has taken. The labels also automatically has taken. Everything was done automatically. Now in the backend, what happened in the backend? You know, the backend code is plt.scatter between total bill versus tip with the label is equal to blue color. Label is equal to some males. Label is equal to female. Similarly, plt.scatter of total bill and the tip amount label is equal to male. Now, here the total bill is done for only the females. Females of total bill versus females of total tip. How to separate the females data? First, they have written the DF of gender, wherever the gender is equal to female. First, they have recreated this one. First, they have done this one. In the backend, this is the first code, is equal to female. And they have stored in the F data frame called as F. It means in this only female candidates will be there, only females. M is equal to DF of gender is equal to male. In this, now in the M data frame, only males will be there. F of total bill versus F of tip. Similarly, M of total bill versus M of tip. You are writing everything in the same, and you are writing the label is equal to female, label is equal to male, and plt.show. This is the backend code of this one. And along with that, plt.x label, plt.x label, plt.y label, plt.legend, plt.legend, and finally plt.show. Of course, plt.show anyways I have written here, so that is not in the backend. So this is the one. So they have taken plt.x label as total bill. In the y label, they have taken as tip, and plt.legend. Automatically, I have got the legend. Means instead of writing this much of thing, just I have written only one line of code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Instead of writing 7 lines of code. Instead of writing 7 lines of code in the matplotlib, just in the 1 line of code, that is sns.scatterplot. It is completed. The 7 lines of code is completed in 1 line. Is that clear? If you want, you can try. Try these 7 lines. You'll get the same answer. Okay. Separate first female data, separate first male data, and apply for female data, female of total bill and female of tip amount, male data, and this one automatically female is first position. Blue color will be selected for females. Second one is orange color. By default, first one is blue color. Since both of them are in the single cell, if you execute the single cell, the Jupyter notebook, automatically in the single plot only, you'll get both of them, both the colors. In this way, you are going to get, that is the backend code of that. Is that clear? And hue is equal to this sex means nothing but gender. You are separating the data based on the gender wise. Clear, guys? So please go through the step-by-step process till now, whatever we have discussed, and remaining part will continue in the tomorrow's class. Right? That balance of scatter plot and along with that balance plots and along with discrete variables, everything will complete in the tomorrow's class. Tomorrow's class will complete the entire Seaborn. Okay, complete Seaborn will complete in the tomorrow's class. Okay, practice. And on Saturday, we are having the exam. And in that exam, you'll have the including exploratory data analysis. I'll ask what is the difference between a scatter plot versus this one, bivariate analysis versus multivariate. Only these theoretical questions only, not the Python code. I'll not ask you the Python code. Write the code for the scatter plot. What is the code? I will not ask like that. Okay. In which case, which type of plot you are going to use? I will give one situation. In this situation, which plot you are going to select? Like this. The questions will be in this way. Is that clear, guys? Yes, I'm uploading the file now only. Just in 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute of time. In front of you only I will upload. So I'm uploading the data set understanding along with the exploratory data analysis. Everything I'm going to upload. So the new folder, I'm going to upload in a new folder called as exploratory data analysis. The next module is called as exploratory data analysis. Yes, so you can go through